Hasan Farhat writes, "Greetings, sons of AMC. I love your show. I was lately in an argument with a friend about Josh Hartnett's career. Honestly, I've always been a fan of his works, but now it seems like it's been ages since we have seen him in something big, good, if anything at all. What would it take for us to see him in a Marvel or DC costume? Personally, I would love to see him as Tony Stark. Now people are going to hate me. Or the Joker. What do you guys think?"
Interesting question. Very interesting. I remember when I saw Josh Hartnett. First of all, that's like the generation I grew up with, so he was definitely a stud muffin in our eyes. And I remember seeing him in Sin City, and I was like, oh, it's Josh Hartnett. Where did he go? And I do really think that he's got something. And The Faculty, I mean, all these classic old school movies that I grew up with that I love seeing him in. And it is kind of sad that his career kind of fizzled, but I don't know if like any actor who needs like a resurgence is the perfect fit for Marvel or DC. I mean, I would just like to see him get some more, roles again, because I do think he's talented and has a good on-screen presence. But yeah, I'm not ready to talk about the next Tony Stark yet. We still do have Robert Downey for a couple more films, and I think he is so great. We've talked about this so many times that everyone's like, no one else can play him until someone else plays him and he does a good job, and then they're like, oh, okay, and then you start going, Robert Downey who? Like, that's just kind of a revolving door in Hollywood. That's always how it works. So I don't think no one else can play him, but until he has officially put in the hat, thrown in the towel, I'm not ready to go there. But I do think the Joker is an interesting choice. I don't think we're going to see the Joker for a while, especially after everything that happened with Heath Ledger, and he was so unbelievably incredible in that role, and there's so many other great villains we can explore, but this is a Justice League film anyway, so we're not even going to be talking about Batman villains. What do you think, Schnapp?
Well, when I was discussing with my friend earlier this morning Josh Hartnett's career, a 7-hour conversation over coffee.
Only 7, huh?
Yeah, I had to watch 2 Christmas movies and then get into that, but I don't even know how to respond to that. It's so some of these questions, it's so weird to me. Like, why even bother? Why would Josh Hartnett want to put on a superhero outfit?
Who doesn't, Schnapp?
I mean, and also maybe his career didn't stall out. Maybe he just left to go do other stuff. He's only a multi-millionaire. I mean, sometimes people forget. They're like, well, what happened to him? He's off in Nebraska, raising a family, living life. I don't know. I don't know what really happened. Like, when he showed up in Sin City, I was like, yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think his career fizzled out. Maybe more.
No, it didn't. He basically, he's been choosing his roles, and he turned down a lot of stuff, and he actually turned down Superman.
That's right, he did turn down Superman.
So he just made a lot of different career choices that I guess people who want to go to the top wouldn't make. He didn't want to take on roles that he didn't feel that he fit for, so that kind of turned people off, and his career fizzled, but it was a result of what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
He didn't just take the money and take a role? No respect.
He did things like 30 Days of Night.
Yeah.
He chose...
I liked that, actually.
Yeah. Me too. But what I'm saying is I don't think you're right. Like, I don't think doing Superman would have done him much good either, because it didn't do Brandon Routh much good. But I think he wanted to go a different direction with his career. If he was to do a DC or Marvel film, it would probably be a quirkier, more interesting character that he felt was interesting or a good fit for him. I don't think we'll see the Joker for a really long time.
Nor should we.
And Tony Stark, I mean, that's going to be a B to recast. When they finally do have to do it, I mean, it's going to be very difficult, and I don't know if he would want to take that kind of risk. I wouldn't, but maybe.
I honestly just don't see him in those roles. He's always played really soft-spoken, nice guys, and if he didn't take the Superman role, I just don't see him taking on any of these other ones.
Certainly not something. I mean,
Good
you're right. Like, when they recast Tony Stark, they're either gonna they got to find somebody with that kind of energy. Yeah. This was the perfect marriage of role and actor, and that's sort of what made it pop. It's the same thing. That's why he is the central figure in the Marvel universe. It's similar to Wolverine. It's the marriage of the character and the actor that makes that the center of that universe.
We're also going to see Josh Hartnett. He's working on a television series in 2014. So he's still acting, and I think Dennis is completely right. He's just choosing more. And I don't want to see him in a superhero film at all. One of my favorite films that he's ever been in is Wicker Park, and I think he was the perfect cast for the role that he played. And if you haven't seen it, it's one of those movies that the whole time you're like, what the hell is happening?
Definitely.
So it's definitely a go-see if you
And I
haven't
lived
seen
in
it,
Wicker
because
Park
it's
when
one
they
of
were
his
shooting
best.
that movie. Yo, what's
How
up?
romantic.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.